All right. So let's grab them at the break, guys. Grab them at the break. Don't do it right now. It's totally fine.
Did you get the progress?
Yeah.
As far as the project, if anybody forgot to do the project that's due today, that's why I have the rainy day coupon. If you look at the on the first day of class, let me show you up here. On the first day of class, you might not have seen this. No, record it at all.
It's already on.
Oh, it is
Here.
Oh, okay.
So here's your 105 first day of class. No, I don't have it there.
It's right
Oh, it's down by
the
the project. That's the logical
Yes.
place for it, right? Rainy day coupon. If you click on this, you have 3 of them throughout the course of the term. You make it smaller so it fits. There's a project, a quiz, and an exam coupon. The exam coupon we'll talk about after you get your exam back week 6. The quiz coupon, the project, we'll talk about those right now. This is essentially an oops, I forgot to do a project coupon. So right now, all of you have 5 extra credit points in the class because all of you get 5 points for not using this. It's worth 5 points not to use. If you use it, what it does is, suppose you forgot to do the project for today. It allows you to do the project and bring it by tomorrow, within 24 hours of the start of class tomorrow. I don't have class tomorrow, but before 10:15 tomorrow. And print that out, do the project, staple it under the door of my office, because I'll be in class then already. And no penalty. The only thing that happens is you lose the 5 extra points. But if you don't use it, most students don't, you just keep those 5 points. That's why a lot of you have like 150% right now in the course, because the 5 points plus whatever quizzes you've done is a huge percentage over whatever the small number of points there are. It becomes less and less of a factor as the term goes on, but it's still nice to have an extra 5. So that's what the rainy day project coupon is. And it works for any project, not just this one. It works for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th projects. But you only use it one time. You can't use it for every single one of them. So there's a one-time get out of jail free card. The quiz coupon, I think I may have mentioned this to you. Did I talk about that? Maybe not, maybe. Essentially, towards the end of the course, if you're looking at all the quizzes that you've turned in, and let's suppose you bombed one, they're all a 10, but suppose you got like a 2 on one of them. It allows you to resubmit the quiz with corrections that are all outlined here to get the remainder of the points back to get it up to a 10. So you can go back, look at it again, and be like, oh, I see what I did wrong, blah, 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 blah. Resubmit and get that. Rather than throwing the quiz away, which I don't like. I don't like that idea. I like having you guys go back and looking at it again that way. And it's the same thing that happens here with the exam coupon. We'll talk about that when you get that back week 5. It's kind of my way of forcing you, by giving you points, to look at something more than once. That way, my idea of assessment is it doesn't end, it just builds upon itself. So, yeah.
I was going to ask, if we do like 12 or 13 quizzes,
Yeah.
and we did bombed a couple of them, will you replace those other ones if they're very scored?
You can do 1 quiz replacement.
Okay.
So that's what the idea of this. It allows you to correct 1 quiz. Don't try not to bomb more than 1. And here's the idea. I say try not to bomb more than 1. This is the beauty of having a 20, 25 of them potential over the course of a term. If you're holding one in your hand, you're like, this sucks. I know this sucks. I know I don't know what the hell I did on this quiz. Just don't turn it in. Don't submit it if you don't think it's your best work. Because that way, and this is the beauty of being able to work with others on stuff. You work with somebody else, you can compare answers. Suppose 3 of you get together, and you're all feeling confident about your results, and you've all got similar work. You might not have the exact same answers, and that's okay as long as you're within a range of values. But you've all kind of done convincing work, you're all feeling good about it. The chance of all 3 of you being wrong is essentially 0. That's the beauty, and the more people you work with, the more 0 that gets. We'll talk about what more 0 means as we go through the course. But that's the idea. Don't turn them in just to turn them in. That's one thing you have to untrain yourself in this class. Not everything that's posted needs to be turned in. I post more than you have to turn in, so that way you can kind of pick and choose your strengths in the quizzes and play to those.
So you won't average out all the quizzes we do?
Yes, I will do that. That's what I'm saying. Don't submit poor exams to make me average. Poor quizzes to make me average. Anything you give to me goes in the grade book. If you bomb every single quiz, I will put every single bomb grade in your grade book and it becomes part of your average. I'm just saying, that nobody actually does that. But I'm saying if you submit it to me, that is you saying, okay, I'm okay with you grading this.
Okay.
Does that make sense? But you have all that time to decide if you want to do that or not.
So if you do like 15 quizzes, you'll average.
They all count 15, right? You have 150 quiz points then, total, or potential, and however much you get over that 150 becomes part of your average. Yeah, absolutely. That make sense?
Yeah.
Great question, great question. Dina, you had a question, I thought, maybe.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, I think what he was meaning was, were you only taking 10
No,
quizzes.
as I said,
and
you
then
hand it
so-
in, it gets counted in your grade. Yeah, that's what, and that's why this comes in handy yeah, this one comes in handy potentially, because you can fix one of those that isn't your best work. Yep. Yeah, I'm not taking your top 10, I'm taking all of your work. So hand in what you mean to hand
If
in.
you hand in 10 and get 10 out of 10 on all 10.
Then you're 100 out of 100, you're done. Yeah, you don't have to. But the thing is, suppose your projects aren't as good as your quizzes. You might want to keep handing quizzes in to post on your project. Yeah, that's my quizzes originally, years ago, were designed to do just that. When I used to give in-class and out of class, well actually I used to give just in-class exams. So I put the quizzes online optional to boost your exam grades. Now some people were kicking exams up in the butt and they didn't need to do quizzes at all. And I read these couple research articles over the past 6 years or so that says constant small assessment is better than large chunky assessment. So I was like, let's make some quizzes mandatory, which makes you turn them in, but give you some choice about which ones you do turn in. So that's where the 10 comes from. Plus it's a nice number, 10. 10 decimal. We used to hit base 10, even though we're not Europeans. Roll it. And I think that's it. Oh, and speaking of resubmissions, I started on Friday. I went back in and put video solutions to the quizzes that were due last week. You probably didn't notice this because I don't think you went back and looked at last week's quizzes. I'm guessing once you turned them in, and forget about it. So I put video solutions up for the quizzes that were posted last week, and I'm going to try to do that every week, and also project solutions, and hopefully if I have time, exam solutions too. So once you guys submit something, I'll put the solutions up. Which means, if you choose to do a rainy day submission later in the course, you'll have a video solution to work off of, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. It's another resource. Education shouldn't be this like, I know something you don't know. It should be, use every possible resource. Sorry, that sounded like a note on Twitter from something you do not know. I'm not offended.
That's where we live.
Exactly, which is what I'm trying to encourage you to use and all this stuff. On your exam, which I just posted for week 5, you've got 2 Excel links you have to pop open. That's going to be, I mean, the kind of stuff I want you guys to be able to do is to get online, use the resources available to you rather than locking you in this room and taking your resources away and saying memorize and regurgitate. We do enough of that in school. So, anyway, blah, blah, blah. Make sense? It's all kind of clear-ish?
Yes.
Thank you. So any problems with what you just got back as far as graded, just come see me at the, got graded, just come see me at the break. We can chit-chat about it. Otherwise, everything's good to go. Yeah? Nice long weekend?
Yeah.
Won't see you guys again until Monday? What the hell? I miss you dearly. That's a good message. But here you are again. You all came back. All right. So last time, and I know I'm going to have to get this data back again, we were playing with... Tony, would you mind killing just the front lights? That'd be awesome. We were playing, not with that, we were playing with this data right here. Here's that's where we were. And I'm going to stop and start the camera again. Oh! Well, I'm going to have to do it again, because I've lost mine, because I've done a whole bunch of stats since then with 243 and 244. So let's stop.